new technology for watering plants. There is new things that are coming out, and I think that's what excites people a lot. Talk to us about some of the new technology for watering plants.
Sure. Yeah. Well, what we've been doing here, we do our own R&D, and we do that through we have a facility. We have a kind of just a small operation here at our warehouse and offices. A lot of the people we know and work with have their own home grows, and then there's quite a few larger commercial growers, either here in Colorado or in other places of the country that we'd like to collaborate with to really do all this R&D. So, the process that we go through is, usually one of the guys here at the office starts messing with some idea at home, and then we try to replicate it here in the office, and then we send out a bunch of systems and do some pilot programs with a bunch of different folks. And we've had really cool kind of, that's how we've done a lot of stuff, honestly, is in collaboration with the customers that we work with. And the big thing that we've been doing is with blue mats, because that's kind of our wheelhouse mostly, is to preset the blue mats. So in the past, when you would get a blue mat carrot and you would set it up and you hook it all up to the system, there'd be a process where you would dial it in. There's a little brown cap on the top that you can spin, and it changes the flow rates and stuff like that, or the moisture level that the system turns on and off at. And what we're doing now is we kind of built a station here at our office where we're able to set them here ahead of time. And like visually here, it's like we will set them and then we put a cap on the top. We put this protective cap on the top, and underneath that, I'm just going to pop this off. Underneath that, we'll put a few marks. So there'll be a red mark and a blue mark on there. And what we can do now is when these things come in the mail, all you have to do is soak the bottoms, screw the top on, and it's going to be set to produce a certain moisture level at a particular pressure. So the pressure on the back end of the system, say it's kind of like the full pressure, like 12 to 15 psi. If you keep it right at this blue mark here, lined up with this fin piece, if you keep it at the blue mark, you're going to hit a certain moisture level. Like that's about where you want it. If you're running it off of gravity, so you only have 1 to 2 psi, you're going to move it closer to the red mark on there. And we've produced a chart that has a kind of all these corresponding values that represent the back end pressure, where this dial should be set. And it's really just like a quarter turn of the dial that you're ever going to be moving through. Yeah, so that's kind of the newest thing we're doing. And what that allows us to do is send out carrots for just a few plants in the basement, or for hundreds or thousands of plants in a facility. And each one of these carrots is going to go into each one of the containers, and they're going to produce extremely consistent results from container to container. So without any real dialing in process, you're going to hit extremely consistent moisture levels for every container in the space, whether it's 6 or 600. And then you can then manipulate the moisture levels just by changing the back end pressure on the system. So if the pressure going into the system is, it's coming in at 15 psi, and everything in the room is at like 40 millibars, and you want to kind of dry that out to like 60 millibars as your low end, you would just drop that back end pressure down to like 7 psi, and that's going to automatically change the moisture level of every pot or every container in the space. And it seems like a simple thing, but it's really revolutionized the success for growers that are doing it, because it takes the human error part on someone that's new to using blue mats just right out of the equation. So that human error part just kind of becomes a much less of a factor. And it makes the whole systems way more kind of plug and play. You don't get the kind of overwatering that might have come, or flooding or anything like that with setting the blue mats incorrectly and getting overwatering. That's been eliminated with this process. And then really just redesigning the water distribution piece. So I mentioned the drip rings. We have them in a 5-inch and in a 10-inch also. So like, anything up to like a 5-gallon pot would go with the 5-inch, and then kind of your like 10 gallons up to 30 gallons would go with one of these 10-inch rings. So pairing, one of the carrots with one of these drip rings per container is like, it's a great way to be really, really consistent and give good water distribution, nice and even moisture levels in the soil, and then have them operating within those moisture ranges that we were talking about, like a narrower, wetter band during veg, and then during flower, a little bit more of a swing of wet, dry overall. So yeah, I mean, I would say that's like a big advancement. We've assembled a new pump kit that we just started releasing like 2 months ago. People might have seen them. They have a nice blue tank and a pump integrated right on top of it. And it comes with this adjustable pressure reducer, which is a new product that we've integrated into the system, so that you can again adjust that back end pressure of the system just at one place. So the pressure reducer itself has a dial on it that you can turn and drop the pressure and watch the pressure drop on your pressure gauge that's mounted on it. And with that new pump kit, with the adjustable pressure reducer, with the pre-dialed carrots, and the drip rings for pots, or our manifold beds, or with the soaker hose for raised beds, this system we've done so many different systems that are experimental, and like, maybe we're going to try it like this, we're going to try it like this, what's working. I feel, after hammering away at this stuff for 6 or 7 years now, we've gotten to a place where we have a really awesome kind of line of really simple designs that are scalable and consistent with what they're going to deliver. And we're actually like in the process of like revamping our website right now, so that we can we're going to have at sustainablevillage.com, there'll be a build your own blue mat system kind of page there. It's not quite functional yet as we're recording this, but I'm hoping in a couple of weeks it will be. And for the smaller systems, for up to like a 10 by 10 grow space, you could go in there really easily and customize your own system and just order it right online without even really having to talk to anybody. And you're going to get a package in the mail that has everything you need, from pumps to supply lines to the carrots themselves and the water distribution. So that kind of like suite of technology and services we've been working on for pretty much consistently since the last time we talked 2 years ago on this show, and has gotten to a point where we ran it through like a year of pilot programs with home growers and commercial facilities, gotten feedback, made some adjustments, and now we have, like I said, that kind of like that suite of products that and designs and tech to give people like an awesome experience from irrigation perspective. And like, I'm a water nerd and an irrigation guy, and so for me it's really exciting, especially to take problem points that were like, man, this is a real pain in the butt, and put those into you really solve those pain points and get a design out that's easy and makes people successful, and it's going to result in significant yield increases and healthier plants and way more free time.
This clip is brought to you by AC Infinity. Use discount code MrGrow at 15 to save on any of their products.